Okay, so for this week's episode, I can't help but start to notice. I mean, the plot is slowly moving, like a bit slowly, because I believe there's supposed to be like 16 episodes, 13, 12, and we're already in episode 7, the halfway point. So I'm a little bit nervous, but that's a different discussion. I'm kind of curious how this plays out, so that's a season thing that I'll go over once the season's done. But for now, let's just go over the funniness of obviously Bulma's mad. She's a technician. She's a prideful technician. And yeah, for her thing to not work, yeah, so she throws a hissy fit. And Vegeta's annoyed, as he should be. And then we obviously get the Majin coming in, and essentially, yeah, he's here to pick them up. And then we move on to Goku's side of things. The only thing I can say is that, I mean, I like the slight cleverness on Goku and Kaioshin's part, but I also want to address the color from Pansy, because it explains how they were able to find the group so fast, and it's because of the collar, and it brings back something interesting of King Deborah had those collars on the third demon realm, and I mean, oppression essentially, so they can't take it off. And as for Goku and Kaioshin, like when they're investigating the ship, because clearly Goku's not going to be able to hide forever while they're searching the entire ship, he uses instant transmission, and like Kaioshin and Pansy and Glorio go out. Kaioshin uses himself as a indicator for Goku to teleport. And yeah, it was a very smart maneuver because he goes and hides. However, they believe Pansy is the one that attacked them originally. Because remember, Goku didn't attack first. It was Pansy. So that's a whole different other problem that now they have to take care of. And yeah, they beat the shit out of the guards. All of them. And now they're all fugitives. Even though they were trying to avoid it, it seems like it was just unavoidable. But one interesting thing we got is more or less on the device. Like, we know that Deborah was the one who did it, but the one who really made it was Arinsu, the sister of Shin. And they used something called Kachintit. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. But they used something that is originated from the Glins. So considering Kaioshin is a Glind, he was able to remove the collar. So yeah, this is the first time Pansy has ever had like actual freedom. And interestingly enough, we get Kaioshin's real name, Nahare. And I love it that I can imagine every fans whenever Goku's like, oh, I guess I'll just call you Nahare. Like, everyone's like, that's a plot hole. He shouldn't be, he doesn't call him that or some shit. Like, that's my mind of, this is not a plot hole, because later on, literally a few seconds later, it's like, that sounds weird. I'm just going to stick with Supreme Kai. Like, I don't know. I have a big hunch that people were freaking the fuck out at first, but Goku just kind of like, it doesn't sound right. Unironically, because you'd never call him anything else later on. Dragon Ball Super as an example. But it is interesting to note of, well, that the two were, well, we learned Kaioshin's, like, demon realm name, because Shin is his, like, other world name. It makes me think of Goku, really. Goku is his Earth name. It's not his real name. His real name is Kakarot. So, yeah, a little bit interesting there. And then they head off, and yeah, Goku, he is a glutton. And we obviously get one of the guards, the Tamagami, the Tamagami number 3, who's guarding the 3-star Dragon Ball. And before that, Goku goes and eats. Like, everyone around him treats him like a kid because he's literally a kid. But the funny thing is, I mean, Pansy's more annoyed with Goku's antics. Like, I think she wasn't because she thought he was a kid, so her age. But upon learning that, like, Goku's actually an adult, it probably annoys her that he's acting like a kid. And it's more of just Goku's just free-spirited. He doesn't really think as much unless it's fighting. Fighting is his specialty. But to wrap it up, Goku challenges the Tamagami 3. And yeah, next episode we're going to get an action-based one. And I think the problem is I feel like a lot of this could have been solved last episode, unironically. However, I am curious. I don't think this is like a one-time season kind of thing. I think they're gonna build it up as the first layers of just gathering the Dragon Balls, and I think because it feels like OG Dragon Ball with like the Pilaf gang and stuff. Because how did they finish that first arc? Literally, they summoned the dragon, and that's about it before we go into tournament stuff. So I feel like there's a similar direction. I am not sure, but I am still very invested in this series. I'll give this a 7 out of 10. Like, it's fine by what it's trying to do. I love like I said, I love the lore stuff, but I mean, they do need to start picking it up.